right, guys, it's time to leave those cars at home and grab those bikes because Bike to Work Day is right around the corner. And joining us now is Nisha Mokshagundam. And Nisha, you are, I love this title, you're the Way to Go manager at Denver Regional Council of Governments, which of course is DRCOG. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I love talking about Bike to Work Day. Yes. It's our favorite day of the year over at DRCOG.
Definitely, and we have our bikes here. We were talking in the commercial break, we want to name our bikes, so stay tuned on what we're going to call those. But in the meantime, tell me all about why Bike to Work Day started, Nisha.
Yeah, so the Denver region has been celebrating Bike to Work Day for more than 30 years, so it is a big deal here. And the reason behind it is so simple. We just want people to get out of their single occupant vehicles and get on bikes so that we can see less traffic congestion and better air quality.
Definitely. So if people do want to participate in Bike to Work Day, what can they expect on the day? Do you think a lot of people will be out? Like, what should we expect? How should we prepare?
So the Denver region really treats Bike to Work Day as a holiday. So you are going to get a party atmosphere on Wednesday, June 28th.
Yes.
I think the biggest thing to be aware of, the biggest thing that you'll see on the day of are a lot more cyclists on the road.
Yeah.
And then lots of people like me who are celebrating those cyclists by giving away swag, giving them food, drinks, and other reasons to get on their bike and visit us on the day of the event.
I love that. And you know what? It's a great reason to, like you said, get outside, enjoy what we have here in Colorado, but then make sure that we're kind of maybe reducing our carbon footprint for the day, which is so important. So what is the pledge and why is that so important for Colorado?
Yeah, so pledging to ride really just means registering on the website. And there are a couple of reasons this is so critically important. First of all, you're letting me and DRCOG and our elected officials know that you care about biking. Right. You want to bike more. We should expand bike infrastructure in the region, and your support is what, sends that message. The other reason you can benefit from registering on the website, because we are entering all registered riders into a drawing to win a free Turn e-bike.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, valued at about $4,000, and that is courtesy of our sponsor at REI. So really excited. And then the other reason to register, when you register on the site, you get the option to receive communications from my team, and we'll tell you all about what to expect on the day of, where you should stop by, and what the real big draw is for the event.
That is so awesome. And it's going to be so much fun to be out there, you guys, and be biking with all of those other people here in Denver. I mean, come on, it is like a big party. That is the way to go. It's so great. So tell me more about the Way to Go program.
Yeah, so the Way to Go program, as I mentioned, we really like to get people out of those single occupant vehicles. Yeah. As you said, we're part of a program at Denver Regional Council of Governments, or DRCOG.
Yes.
And the Way to Go program works primarily with employers. We also work with commuters to talk about what those transportation benefits are that have a more, eco-friendly footprint.
Yes.
So van pool, carpool, transit, and then of course walking and biking.
Yes.
And something I want to mention is all of our services are free. Okay. So if you're an employer and you want to get in touch with the Way to Go program, we will give you a free consultation, talk to your employees, and figure out what transportation benefits make the most sense for your workforce.
That is so wonderful. Oh my goodness. Well, Nisha, before I let you go, let's talk about planning for Bike to Work Day. What should bikers expect when it comes to safety out on the roads? What do we need to keep in mind? I mean, you talked about the infrastructure. There's so much that already needs to be completed and built. So how do we make sure we're being safe on the 28th?
So number one, plan your route beforehand. If you have the opportunity to test out your route maybe on a weekend or at a non-peak travel time, like in the middle of the day, that'll kind of set you up for success. Plus, as we've noticed, the weather the last month has been quite unpredictable. Check those weather reports, and in case of inclement weather, we really just can't predict. Wear layers, be prepared for any sort of weather, stay hydrated, make sure you eat plenty of calories that day. And one thing I will also say, we give a lot of tips to cyclists, but it's also incumbent on drivers to be aware that on June 28th, there will be a lot of bikes on the road. So drive safely, look both ways before you turn, and just be aware that especially during those peak commute hours in the morning and after work, you will likely see a lot more bikes on the street and of course on transit as well.
Yes, and if that worries you, maybe you should be biking too.
There you go.
I love that. Well, before I say goodbye to you too, Nisha, how do people register again? Just how can people be involved and participate?
Yeah, so there are a couple ways people can participate, but I will say the main way is to register on the website, biketoworkday.co. We just need your name and your email address, and then you'll be entered into that drawing to win the free e-bike. If you are an employer or a business and you want to participate in Bike to Work Day, we also encourage you to set up a station, a rider appreciation stop on the day of the event, or register for the business challenge. You can find more information about that on the website.
Great. And Nisha, you think of a name while we've been talking at all for your bike? Anything you want to go to?
I haven't, but I think it's got to be something about the color blue.
Yes,
so
I agree.
I'm going to chew on it.
Chew on it and get back to me.
Sure will.
We'll let our viewers know. Awesome, Nisha. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, everybody, you heard it. Bike to Work Day. It's going to be a great day. Put some joy back into your commute. Bike to Work Day is Wednesday the 28th, so take the pledge. Go to biketoworkday.co to register and find maps and info, plus enter for prizes and more. This segment was sponsored by DRCOG.